37, fatherhood, hip hop, and sports, man. First and foremost, man, I want to give thanks to the Creator for giving me life, for giving me health, for giving me strength, for giving me the opportunity to be in the number one more time. I also want to send a big special shout out, man, to the YouTube family, man. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity and the chance. Yes, sir, puppy. You let them know what's going on. Yes, sir. Fatherhood, this is it. You know. Little Poppy trying to tell y'all what's up. Say hi. Say hi. Say how y'all doing? Hi, Baba. Gotta let the youth do their little intro. Because this whole podcast, this whole segment, all these episodes is dedicated to them. You know, it's they the ones that motivate me. They the ones that give me the push to keep going. It's been a lot of times I just been want to give up on this because it's I look at it like, who am I? You know, I ain't got no doctorate degree. I don't have all these. I don't have the explosive credentials. I mean, those that know me, know I know my stuff. We ain't just, blowing wolf tickets and giving off a lot of fugazi energy. So those that know me know. But I'm just thankful for the platform, for the opportunity that the Most High. Okay, Daddy needs y'all to go sit down. I gotta go work now. Say bye. Bye. Okay. Go work. Go work. Give me a hug. Go sit down and watch your movie. No, Mom, she doesn't work. Go sit down, Poppy. Go with Sissy. But yeah, guys, I'm just thankful that that YouTube gives me this opportunity a couple days out the week, man, to be able to go live, to be able to tap in with the people that tapping in with me, speaking on these topics, man, that mean a lot to me. So very thankful to the YouTube family, man, to the subscribers, man. Thank you guys so much for giving little old me the opportunity to bless you guys with some hot facts, some hot takes on some topic that mean a lot to me. Episode 37, guys. We've made it to 37 episodes, and this one today, it means a lot to me. We know what's going on in the world. As a black man, as a man of color, my heart been hurt ever since that Memphis thing been a national news thing. Dude was only 29 years of age, man, approaching his 30th birthday. And to clarify some things for episode 36, he was a father, man. He had a 4-year-old son. So, oh man, that's one thing that's really touchy with this whole process, man. Approaching his 30th birthday, and he had a son that was 4 years old. So, Daddy, Daddy, what you want? I now realize I have family all along. Charlie and Belinda. No, wait. He's turning it down so it's not too loud in the background. But yeah, man, we got a 4-year-old son that's left, that's fatherless. His mom, his brother, all his, close family. I don't know what's going on with the mom. Wasn't a lot of hearsay about her. Quite sure she's in the picture. I'm quite sure she's in the mix. So, yeah. Okay, baby. Daddy working. Watch TV. Okay. And then we got to do our homework, and then we're going to eat the rest of some lunch. Fatherless, man. 4-year-old kid, man. His dad as we all know, man, he was taken out by 5 other African American cops. So fatherhood, man, it's something that we gotta cherish day in and day out. We have to be very mindful of the fact that, you know, the Most High gives us 24 hours in a day to get out here and execute, to get out here and be the best versions of ourselves we can possibly be. And my best advice to all the fathers, man, to all the mothers out here in the world, man, make it back home to your babies, man. What's it up, bro? Hey, you know what? Hey, you got some. I love your dance moves. Your dance moves are so cool. You deserve some Eminem for that. He deserves an Eminem, don't he, guys? Shout out to Eminem, man. Y'all been the plug for years. See, you dropped your Eminem. Yeah, go get it. Go get it. Hey, B, come get your M&Ms, baby. Okay, go sit down.
What's that? Lower.
What's that? What color? I know. What color? I'm asking you. What color? I can't hear you. What color is that?
Yep.
What color is that? What color is the sky?
Yeah.
What color is that?
Blue.
Thank you. Now go sit down. You're taking too long because you're trying to play me. So no more.
No more.
Not right now. Sit. Go sit down with Sissy. Yeah, my kids, they love to work with me. So the older these kids get, man, the more game they soaking up every day. And that's been like the most beautiful feeling for me along this journey with my kids, and just, you know, being able to experience this, be able to go through all the trials and the error, you know, all the trials and the tribulations, and being a man of color in America. It's a very what are you doing? You know better. It's a very dangerous ordeal being a man of color in this country these days, man, because one day we can wake up and we're outside and we're trying our best to just get out here and execute and perform and make it back home to our babies. And make it back home to our babies. So my heart's still hurting for Tyree Nichols, man, his family, his kid, all his loved ones. I want to send a big special shout out to Reverend Al Sharpton, man. That message you blessed the world with, mountain climbing. You know, when I think of police brutality, when I think of all the inequalities that, you know, men of color, you know, that we have to face day in and day out. You know, the agenda is we got to get to the top of the mountain. The agenda is we got to build as many people up as much as possible. So, you know, we're creating a safe and a abundant environment, not just for our kids, but for all the kids and all the next generation of leaders that's up and coming, because it's way bigger than us. And when we think back just 55 years ago and all the work that, you know, Malcolm X did and all the work that Martin Luther King did, and for those brothers that, you know, the dude, you know, treat this guy like he wasn't even a life, like he wasn't even a human. I just don't know what they was thinking. And big shout out to Vice VP, Miss Camilla Harris. She was in attendance. She had a good word. Her message was clear. It's a zero tolerance for excessive force for any type of law enforcement agencies across this country. You know, the George Floyd Act, she went out on a limb and said Biden, it will sign it. So Congress, the senators, all those, you know, people at the Capitol building, man, y'all need to get with the program, and y'all need to, you know, push that initiative, because, you know, these people out here with guns and these people out here with badges, these people out here with authority, it's sad to say, but it's about a good 75 to 80% of all these agents and cops and these people of these, you know, in that industry across this country. It's a lot going on with a lot of these people, man, that, you know, at the time of hire, the people that are giving these people these jobs, it's a lot of stuff that, you know, information that I'm quite sure y'all don't even know about these candidates, because at the end of the day, the candidate is just trying to prove to you that he's the right candidate, the ordeal candidate, to be an asset to your agency or to your organization, et cetera, et cetera. So paint a perfect picture at times is not the most hardest task. You know, the hardest task is you know, having that good faith and that good feeling, knowing that I just hired someone, bought someone on the team that can really bluster what we're trying to do. And I don't know what that chief of police, the chief that was, you know, responsible for putting this team together, I don't know if they were just random cops from different agencies. I don't know if these cats were from DEA, former military, CIA. I don't know what these cats' backgrounds really were attached to, but it was clear that it's some outside stuff going on other than work. It's some outside stuff going on. And don't get me wrong, Memphis is a dangerous city. It's a lot of stuff going on in Memphis. As like I said in the previous episodes, man, it just hurts my heart that I have ties to Memphis. I got homies and some people, you know, that we're not like the best as a friend, but people that I've crossed paths with and I consider good folks, good people, man. They're born and raised in Memphis, and you know, it's a hot mess down there. And all I can say, man, is Reverend Al Sharpton, mountain climbing, the message you gave the world, we needed that. It was a stand-up, on-time message. I didn't know you were so young when you was attached to Dr. King, and when you was given that role, that job, that responsibility to embark on, you know, being a leader, you know, of some civil rights movement stuff at the age of 13. So knowing that Memphis was the death place of Dr. King, you going to the Lorraine Motel before you went to give, you know, your message, you know, to the world, you know, on behalf of Tyree's family and his situation, man. Man, that I know the emotions and the energy and the vibrations from all of that. I could truly feel so much purity in your message that you gave, and yeah, man, you've moved up into one of my top 5 people of all time that I really adore and care for, and your curator skills. I got to double back on a lot of your work, because I think a lot of people over the years have painted, some I won't say negative vibes in pictures of you, but it wasn't pictures that I felt like I needed to be aware of. And yeah, with the message and the picture you gave the world in regards to that young man, it was right on time. And that was some punk shit, like you said. Dr. King, all the work, all the trailblazing, all the ancestors before us, before him that put in the work. So cats like those cats can even have a job in the police department. That's not what they was fighting for. That's not what they been trailblazing for. That's not what they was marching for. So the turnaround of all of that was very quick. Big shout out to the attorney of the family. We all know he has a global name now, Ben Crump. Like he said, this is now this Memphis thing. It's gonna force all the other law enforcement agencies, whether it's federal, state, local, whatever. It's gonna force all these people now to be fair. If cops are out here, agents are out here breaking the law, using excessive force, on a basic traffic stop, man, like you're gonna be held accountable. And like Ben Crump said, it shouldn't take no 6 months, no whole year to lock an officer up, to put him in custody, charge him, everything, because y'all done did everything with these Memphis dudes, fired them, charged them, and arrested them, like they said, in less than 20 days. Then got them off the streets. But we're gonna see how all that plays out, because accountability, it seems like a simple word, a simple thing, but we're gonna see how it all unfolds and plays out, because this is a serious matter. And being right here at the top of Black History Month, this don't feel, this is not a Black History that month that feels right, that feels on time, because this is, as a nation, we're dealing with a little bit too much as men of color, African Americans. This is not what we're supposed to be dealing with. But at the end of the day, we got to be strong. We got to find some type of motivation to keep going. My motivation are my kids, man. That this is my number one job. I never let no employer, I never let no powerful entity take up so much more of my time again in my life, to where I'm not even doing things that I love. And this podcast, music, fatherhood, sports, those are things that I love, and I ain't gonna never let nobody else take that away from me, and not let me have the enough time in a day's time to be able to speak on these topics, engage about these topics, because they mean a lot to me. I love them, I adore them. So my best advice to everybody out here across the world, whether you Black, you white, you blue, you green, you Asian, you Haitian, you Caucasian, you're Black, you're African, it doesn't matter the ethnicity, man. We got to start taking time out for the things that we love, and we got to start pouring love into the things that love us the most. So that's just my 2 cents on what fatherhood, the whole Tyrese situation, man. Reverend Al Sharpton, man, thank you for such a excuse me, we're gonna give a timeout on the play. Thank you. Okay. You gotta sit down. Okay. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that whole situation, man. that was a very beautiful picture Reverend Al Sharpton painted, man, and I'm very thankful for your wit, Rev. Hip hop. As you guys know, man, we're here. We've made it Grammy weekend. The Grammys are gonna take place Sunday, and they're gonna be doing some real special performances by some real prestigious people, man. Just a few to cap off this the illustrious roster of artists that's gonna be blessing the stage here Sunday. Busta, Big Boy, Rakim, Scarface, man. Just a few of some of the greats that's gonna be performing at the Grammys here Sunday, man. If you ain't gonna watch it physically, or if you want to be a special guest to be tapped into the stream and all of that from an email and all that notification thing, you go to livegrammy.com, put in your email, tap in all that stuff. I don't know if it's a special app or something special that you can download to catch up on that if you know you might be out and on the fly. But we in that era, you know, you can do a lot. You can do pretty much everything from your cell phone. Cell phone is smarter than us on a lot of levels. So, but big shout out to CBS. They will be broadcasting the Grammys here Sunday. They have a very special connections, the Grammys, the Recording Academy, CBS. They got that contract, so they're in the mix of things here Sunday, and they're gonna be ones blessing us with all the broadcast stuff. No, go sit down, Papa. Both of you guys. And celebrating 50 years of hip hop. That's a very intricate, you know, element when we talking about where we at with hip hop, with music, the genre itself, the Grammys. You know, it's been around way longer than hip hop, and for it to be given, you know, this genre is kudos. I guess you could say, you know, they bringing out the birthday cake and all that for the, you know, hip hop turning the big 50 here. It's what's supposed to be done, and I will be tapping into it, and that's going to be a very special thing. Sports. Before we dive into anything, we're gonna start this episode off with NHL, because right now we're in the All-Star break, and pretty much the All-Star game is tomorrow, February the 4th, and you have you got the Central Division against the Pacific Division, and you got the Metro Division against the Atlantic. Basically, they do two different games because the entire National Hockey Association is broken up into 4 different divisions. Of course, you got your 2 different conferences, your East and your West, but both of those conferences have 2 different divisions, and then the East has 2 different divisions. So you got your 2 on the East and your 2 on the West, and basically they took all the best players from every one of those 4 divisions, and then they the ones will be representing, you know, the divisions in the All-Star game, and then the winners of the 2 games will play for the actual championship game. So the NHL All-Star game format is a little different from the Pro Bowl, which is just took place and all of that. Didn't do a lot of homework on the NFL Pro Bowl because it's not the same from when it used to be in Hawaii. when they actually played before the Super Bowl. And it was a whole different thing back then because the players, back in the mid '90s and the early 2000s, the Pro Bowl was really like a thing that everybody worked hard all year long to do to get there. And when they got there, they was really out there really competing, not the treating it like it's a Super Bowl game, but they was out there competing to where, it wasn't as obvious, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's so obvious to where the whole marketing, the whole scheme of it just seems too scripted. It just seems too vague. So I don't really tap into the Pro Bowl festivities that much because 17 weeks of football and now a brutal, this brutal playoff system. The whole DeMar Hamlin situation this past season. Peyton Hillis, man, it was a very emotional football season this past year. So I didn't really tap into the Pro Bowl element that much, but the All-Star Game festivities are in play as we speak. First game is tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So that should be an exciting ordeal. When we talk, no, I want to say that's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time. So they're out here on the West. That'll be noon. First All-Star elements will be starting on Saturday tomorrow with a slay of college basketball. And we're going to dive right into some college basketball. We're going to start at from 25 and work our way down to 1. But before we dive into all that juicy stuff, man, in the top 25, I broke everything down to the T as I promised in some previous episodes because now we're shifting from NBA, creeping right on into March Madness. Then we're going to creep right on into, spring training baseball and still keep you guys updated with some juicy college stuff. Hockey stuff. And, of course, we're concluding our NFL season. We're going to get ready to talk about some new prospects to draft. And, and as the NBA season concludes, we're going to get to talking about those prospects. I know here in the previous episode, we talked about some of the top 30 players that are available for the 2023 NBA draft coming up. So I say a couple episodes after the Super Bowl. We're gonna dive into the prospects that's gonna be here available for the NFL draft here in June, and we're gonna slow roll it and we're gonna do things in some type of concurrent motion, and we're gonna just try to stay as pure as possible about everything that's going on. So I want to, like I said, man, big shout out to all the subscribers, man. Big shout out to YouTube for giving little old me ProLift this opportunity, man, to speak on these topics that mean a lot to me. Well, so college basketball at number 25, man, we got Auburn, SEC at number 25. And before we dive into that, like I said, I broke all the teams down. And for the Big East, we got 4 teams, top 25. Big 10, we got 2 teams in the top 25. Big 12, which is your elite leader in all of college basketball as of right now, as far as the coaches poll and AP 25. Big 12 lead the whole pack with 6 teams right behind the Big East with 4. So everything big with the 12, the East, the 10, because they leading the way. SEC, they got 3 teams only in the top 25 right now. ACC got 3 teams in the top 25, and none of those teams consist of UNC and Duke. So we're going to get into that little stuff a little bit later because it is Duke UNC weekend here too available right now. So big shout out to those 2 prestigious college basketball programs, but they're not even in the top 25 here a month away from the top of March. Very surprising. Pac-12, they only got 2 teams in the top 25. Shout out to the West Coast. West Coast, we got a clash this come weekend, which will be our nightcap of marquee, pro-live marquee matchups to end our Saturday nightcap off. But the 2 teams that's representing the West Coast, they the one that they supposed to be there. And in the Mountain West, we only got 1 team that's representing their conference that's in the top 25, and they're not even the top team in their conference, but the team that's the top team with them that they're trailing in the conference, they had a crazy loss here recently, so they fell out of the top 25 and they shifted. And of course, that's the home team, San Diego State Aztecs. They don't Mountain West team that's in the top 25 currently. Then you got the AAC. They only got 1 team that's in the whole top 25 thing. And ironically, they're the number 3 team in the country, your Houston Cougars. And then Conference USA, they got 1 team in the top 25, which is Florida Atlantic. And they playing some great basketball. They're at 21-1 on the season. So the job that Florida Atlantic's coaching staff and what they got going on down there, man, it's a good vibe. It's an amazing feeling, and it's something beautiful to see. Sad to see the College of Charleston lose 1 game after winning like 20-something straight. Then they got knocked out the top 25. I don't know if they took a bad loss here recently, but they was in the mix of things, making moves, making progress, and yeah, they're not in the mix of things right now as far as top 25 perspective, but big shout out to the Conference USA, Florida Atlantic. They're in the top 25, sitting at our number 19 spot. So at 25, we got Auburn Tigers, SEC at 16-5. At 24, UConn, man. UConn was like top 5 in the country like a month ago. And they fell to 24, and they 16-6 on the year. At 23, we got Miami. Miami was making a lot of moves a few weeks back as well, but they at 16-5, solid there at 23. And then at 22, we got the San Diego State Aztecs, man. They're 17-4, representing the Mountain West. They making a pretty dangerous program. They're going to be in the mix of things when it's all said and done. I've been preaching them all year long. At 21, representing the Big Ten, we got Indiana, the Hoosiers, man. They're at 15-6 on the season. Very solid ball club, man. Big shout out to Tracy Jackson Davis, man. His stock last year was better than his stock this year. That's the cold part about college basketball and the shifting of these players, the G League, and et cetera, et cetera. So, big shout out to Tracy Jackson Davis and that whole system, that whole scheme. Because, AB, come on, she's back here. Yeah, we got to do a quick timeout on the play, real quick, man. Gotta be dad. You know, gotta get these booties smelling good, because somebody took a nice little poo on me over here. Yep. I knew it was one of y'all. That AB did too. Stinky booty. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, big shout out to Parent Choice. Man, Parent Choice, man, y'all been coming through clutch this last 6 months with the diapers. Yeah, big shout out to Parent Choice, man. Y'all been coming through, you know, real clutch here lately with the real reasonable prices on the diapers, man. So very happy and thankful for Parent Choice, man. The diapers and the white business y'all got going on, man. It's been very appealing since we've been doing business, because my kids ain't had no crazy rashes or breakouts. Hopefully we ain't got too much longer. Come on, baby. hopefully we ain't got too much longer of this diaper and all that business. Cause you know, these kids, they done elevated. They making moves. Oh. Yeah, so they elevating every day. And you know, I think the transition from the diaper game to, you know, to be able to go to the restroom and them handling their own business, you know, it has to be a confidence thing. So so what you finna do? You finna go sit in the room. I told you you should be. Anyone else want a piece? So yeah, big shout out to Parent Choice, man. You guys have been clutch. Didn't really never hear you guys as a brand until like the pandemic, and then the numbers were enticing. The box was big. Y'all had more diapers, more wipes than all the competitors, so I had to give it a try. Because you know, kids are very sensitive. You know, their skins, and they break out. You know, in early stages of their lives. So we got to be very particular as parents with the particular brands and of diapers and wipes that we buy our kids, because some brands don't work for certain people's kids. So big shout out to Parent Choice, man. So at number 20 in the country, we got Clemson, man, in the ACC. Clemson quietly been playing some good basketball. They're competing with the Virginias, the Dukes, the Miamis, the Carolinas. Clemson, they some dogs. They be playing some cool basketball, man. So big shout out to Clemson. 18-4, number 20 team in the country. At 19, we got 21-1 out of the Conference USA. Like I was just talking about, Florida Atlantic, man. They seem like a deep club. I gotta tap into them the way I went back and tapped into College of Charleston. But they the number 19 team in the country, playing some real good ball. And then at 18 in the mountain, the West Coast, you got St. Mary's at 19-4, and they gonna be a part of that of the nightcap of Pro Lift marquee matchups. Here comes on Sunday, man. So that's gonna be very interesting to see what's going on Saturday night to close out marquee basketball games off. St. Mary's taking on the Gonzaga, Mr. Mark Few and the Zags. Okay, at 17 out the Big East, we got Providence, the Friars, man. They're 17-6. And then at 16 in the country out the Big East, we got the Xavier Musketeers. They 17-5. Xavier a few weeks back, they was in the top 5, top 10 in the country, and they've slipped all the way down to 16. But still a decent club. They're gonna be around. And at 15, you got TCU. They 16-5. They one of them 16s in the Big 12 that's been in the top 25 all year long. So looking for them to stay there. We all can see clear as day Big 12 is probably the best conference in all of college basketball right now. The numbers don't lie. They 16-5, sitting at 15. And at 14 in the Big East, we got Marquette. So between 14 and 17, we got 3 teams out the Big East, kind of like back to back, all represent their conference respectfully at 17-5. And then at 13, we got Iowa State, man. Iowa State, of course, they one of them teams out the Big 12, sitting at 15-5. And then at 12 in the country, we got Markview, his Gonzaga Zags. Drew Timme, big shout out to Drew Timme, man. He went over two stacks here a couple games back. So he's been an elite performer for that that program for all his years. He's been eligible. So big shout out to Coach Markview, his staff, and how you guys have transcended the game of basketball in y'all region, out here on the West Coast in general, man. It seems like all y'all know how to do is win. So I know it's championship a buzz for you guys each and every season. So it's going to be very exciting to see you and St. Mary's to end the nightcap of tomorrow's marquee matchups. And then at number 11 in the country, we got Baylor. We all know Baylor won a national title here a couple seasons back. They're sitting at 16-5. And then at 10, we got it's basically 11 through 7 is all Big 12. And because UCLA is they pretty much like a Big 12 school. They from the Pac-12. Because it's only 2 of them that's in the top 25. So between 11 and 7 in the country, it's all something 12. And 4 of the schools, of course, they're all in the Big 12. But we got Texas at number 10. They're 17-4 in the country, man. They're still playing high-level basketball. We all know the scandal, the accusations with the coach. He's no longer with the team, with the school. But those kids are still playing ball at a high level, man. They're still competing, and they're taking that adversity and they're using it as fire. They're using it as fuel. They're using it as motivation. So the Longhorns, man, their basketball program, y'all going in the right direction, man. So I'm quite sure when y'all get the right coach, y'all might already have him for the future. I'm quite sure. Elite 8, Final 4, maybe a national championship game is around the corner for y'all, because y'all been in the mix here the last few years, man. At 9, we got UCLA. They sitting at 17-4. Pac-12. We know what UCLA represents. They represent hard-nosed defense. They got some elite NBA prospects on that team. Got a few. They got some guys that's going. They got some guys that's going to be at the next level. And, Story program, they've been one of the standards of college basketball here the last 60 years. So we know they going to be around when it's all said and done somewhere down the line. And at 8, we got our defending national champions out of the Big 12, the Jayhawks, Bill Self, them sitting at 17-4. They took every loss Kansas has had this year. It's felt like a one-possession loss. Except the TCU or K-State loss. Now they got spanked in that game. And but they 4 losses have all been competitive teams. I want to say they've all been top 25 teams. So they ain't lost no games to no scrubs. So we know it's pretty much championship or nothing for the Jayhawks, man, sitting at 8. At 7, surprisingly, K-State, 18-3. They number 1 team, Big 12, right above Kansas right now. They playing elite basketball. And at 6, Coach Bennett, man. Coach Bennett out of the ACC, man. He's been getting it done year after year. Even though they hadn't made it back to the Elite Eight or Final Four since they won their championship back in what, 17, 18? Yeah, I think it was 18, 19, something like that. They're an elite program. The culture, their identity, what they represent, what they stand for. Coach Bennett is he's preaching nothing but balance over there. He's preaching nothing but just hard-nosed basketball. So they sit pretty at 6, man. And at 5 in the country, man, we got 19-3 AZ, 4 in the country, 18-3 Bama, Houston 20-2, Tennessee 18-3 at 2, and then our top team is Purdue at 21-1. If we don't know, AZ out the Pac-12, Bama out of SEC. Houston, like I said, the only team representing the Athletic Association Conference, the AAC, and then Tennessee, SEC out of the big SEC at 2, and then Big Ten. They, as of now, I mean, I ain't doubting Purdue. I ain't doubting what they got going on because they are probably one of the biggest teams, if not the biggest team in the country. The size, the intangibles, the coaching experience, the player experience. It's Final Four championship for Purdue, though, the Boilermakers this year. They got a real deep club. So they're going to be a tough out come tournament time, man. They're going to be a tough out. So, yeah, man, that's our top 25 teams. But just to talk about a couple of key matchups here, man, we got Kansas at Iowa State. 9 a.m., man. They going Jayhawks going into Cyclone territory to start our Saturday morning marquee matchups of Pro Lift's marquee matchups for Saturday, man. Kansas got that first slot at 9 a.m. Then we got 25 Auburn going down to Knoxville, man, to take on them Volunteers at 11 a.m. That's going to be a damn good basketball game. All the young hoopers who want to learn how to play some defense. Oh, yeah, by the way, man, big shout out to Coach Bruce Pearl of the Auburn War Eagles, man. He's going back to Tennessee where he coached for a decade or better. He was responsible, probably one of their most elite coaches in school history. So that's going to be an emotional moment. I mean, he's been going there for the last 6-7 years to play them because he's in the same conference. So I'm quite sure those goosebumps have left. But I don't know. I just think it's going to be a different feel to that game on tomorrow because Auburn can easily go. If they can go down there and win, Auburn can go from 25 to probably 15 in the country. Auburn can probably jump 10 spots. Okay, all right. I mean, that's going to have to be a lot of crazy basketball to fall in between there. But I just feel like if Auburn at 25 can go into Knoxville and take down the number 2 team in Tennessee, because as we all know, Kentucky just did it not here too long ago. So we know Bruce Pearl got the formula to go in there and win. He coached there for so many years. So he this is gonna be a chess match of coaching. So not even I won't even say young hoopers, up and coming high school, middle school coaches, lovers of the game, people just myself in general. Like I'm gonna tune into that game tomorrow because I just want to see how both of these OG coaches, and big shout out to Coach Kevin Sampson. He's doing a remarkable job into, picking up off where Bruce Pearl left off at and still trying to make it a more illustrious program. And, I want to see how both of these OGs play mind games with each other. Whose rotation is going to be better, whose substitution is going to be better. Yeah, that's that. Who's gonna win on the glass? Uh, who gonna have the least amount of turnovers between both teams? You know, this is the kind of that's the type of game tomorrow at 11, man. It's chess. So if you really love the game and you really want to see some real class basketball, tap into Auburn at Tennessee at 11 a.m. And then another marquee game, we got the Hurricanes going on to Clemson. Now, that's your defensive juggernaut for this weekend. All your defenders. If your coaches have been screaming, hey, I need you to, take a charge. I need you to, let's work on this team defense. I need you to play the passing lanes a little bit more effective. But your offensive skill set is complete. But your only flaw in your game is how good can you be a better defender? Are you communicating on defense? Are you a vocal leader on defense? So if you want to see all those kind of intangibles and moving your feet, taking charges, low scoring affair, Miami at Clemson is going to be a juggernaut. Coach Larranaga going down there to Death Valley and Clemson, taking on I don't know who their head coach is, but they top 20 team in the country. They coming out, they playing in the ACC that we all know it belongs to Duke and USC as far as standard and his historic, obligations. But Clemson, they've been playing some good ball the last 5-6 seasons. They just ain't been able to get to no Elite Eights, Final Fours because they've been a special player or two away. And the coaching and the philosophy down there is super hard nosed. It's defensive juggernaut mentality. So you want to see some defense? Tap in to Miami and Clemson ball tomorrow, man. Purdue, number 1 team in the country, man. Look here, they going down to the good old Indiana. Bob Knight territory. I don't know if Coach Mike Wilson is still the leader over there. I think he is. But the number 1 team in the country, y'all got a challenge tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Y'all got a challenge tomorrow, dog. And the reason why I say that is because Indiana ain't no punks. Big Ten, yeah, they got 2 schools in the whole top 25. But it's scrappy. They play hard-nosed, blue-collar basketball. And Purdue is the best team in the country. So that's an environment. Y'all finna get testy tomorrow. So 1 p.m., 4 o'clock Eastern time. Have your popcorn ready. That's gonna be a world-class basketball game. I can see about 80 apiece in that game. It's gonna be some NBA prospects, some G League prospects, some overseas prospects. It's gonna be some hoopers in that ball game. The Boilermakers and the Hoosiers tomorrow. Texas at K-State, man. Probably 2 of the most all-around teams in the Big 12 tomorrow. They face off at 1 p.m., man. They both in the top 25. Hell, both in the top 10. So that's probably like our marquee top 10 matchup tomorrow. Texas at K-State. Gonna be a very hostile environment, Longhorns. So we finna see if y'all got some hair on your chest tomorrow, Longhorns. That's gonna be a tough environment. Then at 3:30, man, quite sure it's gonna be a national televised game, man. We got Coach Hubie Davis, that was a final runner-up last year as a rookie head coach, taking on John Shire down in good old Durham, the home of Coach K. The two of the most storied college programs in all of college basketball, and we know they probably are the two storied programs and the standards out of the Atlantic Coastal Conference. Conference, the ACC. They've been running that for 40 years. I know all my life, and that's a fact. So it's always exciting when those schools play each other, but I find it very ironic that neither one of them are in the top 25. Here, the first week of February, we only 30 days away from all the grimy stuff, and you telling me Kentucky, the Tar Heels, the Blue Devils, Michigan State, Michigan, and Villanova, all 6 of those storied programs are not even in the top 25 a month away from March. That's interesting. Because like I told y'all at the top of the episode, man, this is, episode 37, this is a special one because, that's like one of the most intriguing elements that I found, funny as I was doing all my homework here these past previous days up until this morning. And, when I was praying on, before I had to take, go live with the episode, it just dawned on me that those 6 programs, it's very mind-boggling that neither one of them are in the top 25 right now. But I'm quite sure the AP, the coaches poll, all the committee, all the higher ups, the elites, man, they gotta make the right choice with that eventually here. So I hope they get that right because those 6 programs, they gonna be, in the mix of things, man. And then our night last marquee game on the board, Pro Lift's last special nightcap, West Coast shit. Gonzaga, man, they playing St. Mary's, man, the top 2 teams in their conferences. Western Coast, Pacific Coast time shit. Want to see some good grade A basketball, high scoring affair. A lot of trifecta, a lot of shooting, a lot of just, everybody shooting like 80 from the line. So you want you a good over. Play that late game over, man. It's gonna be exciting, man. I got that. I like that game over this weekend and Purdue at Indy. Both of those should be real good hot overs for this weekend. What y'all doing? Stop doing that. So those are like my hot two overs for the weekend. The late game, the Zags playing St. Mary's, and then you got Purdue at Indy, man. Those gonna be 2 exciting up-tempo basketball games here this weekend, man. So big shout out to all the schools that make up Pro Lift's marquee matchups here for Saturday, man. NBA, as we all know, man, LeBron James, he's less than 70 points away. Less than 70 points away, LeBron. Big shout out to Kareem, man. It's been, clarified that he will be in attendance when LeBron potentially will break the record. I also heard that when he took Wilt out the game back in '84, it's been rumors that Wilt didn't like it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he wasn't in attendance when he took Wilt's crown back in '84, but I think it's a very class move of you because you just seem like more of the peaceful, more activist type than Wilt. Plus, you were in attendance of a lot of civil rights movement things in the 70s. It's when you came up and got your bag and did what you did. So I think you owe it to the culture a little bit more, Kareem, to be in attendance because LeBron's been a good kid, man. He's been a good guy. We're the same age. His brand of basketball, his story. I mean, yeah, the world know it, but I've been living it with him for the last 20 years, and to see what he's done, it's a very, very special thing to know that LeBron James, out of all players, 20 years later, he's finna go down. He's finna be the top leading scorer all time. So if you can so let's just be honest. And this is a question to all the and I know guys that played in the NBA. I've competed against guys that played in the NBA, made it to the NBA, competed against LeBron James. And for the last 20 years of watching NBA basketball, I just want to know, does it surprise any of us that 20 years later, he's about to do what he's about to do? I mean, when I think back on 20 years ago, being a junior in high school, growing up in Southwest Georgia, okay, he grew up Ohio, that's like North Midwest. You heard the name, you knew of him, you knew of Melo, you knew they was like the national players talked about all over the country. And it's one of those things where you just look at it like, this don't surprise me. It don't surprise me. 20 years later, what LeBron has done, what he's still doing, and to know now that the realistic overall goal for him is to just be around long enough till his son get in the league. And they've been saying that, hey, he want to play with his son. So what he's done to the game, what he meant to the league, his aura, we all know of that. Big and speaking of his aura, man, big shout out to Kyrie, man. That was a very tough decision you had to make back in 2016, man. I was just watching an interview with you on I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall. Big shout out to OG Brandon Marshall, man, Shady McCoy, and OG Pat, man. And I called them OGs because I, if I'm not correct, I think I'm older than all of those guys, but I call them OG because they have the credentials of credentials. So, me building my small podcast and just trying to find angles and get information. You got to study, the people that was in the game. You got to study the people that got the elite credentials. That's the only way you can get the credentials, unless you go, get accepted to, Ivy League school and really get out here and start trailblazing, for internships, apprenticeships, and, things of all that nature. But look, I'm a full-time dad. I got some ties to some federal entities and things that I do as far as employment. So, this is what works for me. And I know my resume, my credentials, I got to strengthen them. The format, being able to have some bulletins and having like an actual cameraman recording me one day and having like a whole, professional, aura. It's all a work in progress. So, here at Fatherhood Hip Hop and Sports, man, I promised myself when I started this, the goal was to never be out here trying to first and foremost compete with nobody, and always give respect and flowers to people that really have put in the work. and that you can really relate to and you really can learn from, and you just love their aura. I mean, it's people out here that then put in the work and put in the energy, but you know, some people might don't like some people energy or they aura. So big shout out to Kyrie though, man. That was dope on how you spoke about LeBron's aura and how you had to go, you know, search for your own identity, and how much it meant to you to be your own man and stand on your own 10. And yeah, man, that cause leaving LeBron James at that point of y'all careers, yeah, that's one of them top 5 all times. Why of NBA history? Like why? But when we hear you interview and you're around open-minded people that are conducting these interviews and y'all engaging and having these conversations, yeah, the sage and all of that was dope. That was super dope because you don't have a lot of athletes out here walking around with a sage stick going into interviews, saging the people that's going to ask them these questions, saging myself, and taking it there as far as, okay, let's make sure the energy in this room is at its purest form. A lot of people ain't interviewing like that. So when I said shout out to Kyrie for that, man, I mean that from the bottom of my heart because he is one of them ones. He is an elite hooper, and I just want to see the brother win and be successful and reach more success than what he's already done in his life. So, but big shout out to Kyrie, man. But yes, man, LeBron James is less than 70 points away. It's also been rumors and speculations that, man, the ticket for some particular, they saying is he's gonna break this record here in the next few days, like 2-3 games, which is very true at the rate he's going. Probably the second game. But they saying that ticket, somebody's already buying a ticket to attend that game for 92 bands. 92 wow. I hope that's courtside. I will hope and pray that's courtside. Please. Has to be. Can't be. It gotta be. I ain't gonna pay no $92,000 for no motherfucking ticket to go watch a basketball game, and I'm sitting nowhere other than, man, I gotta be able to touch this motherfucker if I want to. And if I'm willing to, you know what I mean, get kicked out of that game. Because I'm quite sure whoever's sitting courtside and they touch LeBron or anything of that nature, I don't give a fuck. You better be somebody of a very prestigious stature to be out there trying to dap him up. Because if you just some motherfucker that probably, man, ain't nobody just spending $92K like that. So it got to be somebody real prestigious of some type of magnitude. But yeah, it's been rumors, man, that game he's set to break that record. Somebody paid 92 grand for a ticket. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see here the next few games how LeBron's gonna approach that record, man. Big shout out to Anthony Davis, the Lakers medical staff, man. You guys have got AD back in the mix. That was a big time comeback win last night against the Pacers in Indiana. Big shout out to Coach Darvin Ham, man. You guys are creeping to 500 right around the time you need to, because All-Star break is approaching. And I mean, if you want to have any type of playoff hope going, man, to finish your season, and you already had All-Star break, if the goal is to win every game. But if you ain't 5 or 10 games over 500 by All-Star break and you under 500, oh man, it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle, but the thing about basketball and why it's so unique and it's so special, because it's all about trusting the process, and it's all about the chemistry and the philosophy. And Darvin Ham's philosophy, watching him interview, hearing him interview. See, that's the one thing when I'm out here looking for information and I'm digging into a person's soul. And the reason why I say I dig into their soul, because it's not the information that they're giving me, it's how they delivering the information. I'm looking at their background, I'm looking at the setting. I'm looking at how I'm looking at body language, you know, when they conducting these interviews. I'm looking at a variety of things that's gonna really make me embrace that interview. Anytime I'm out here gathering information, I'm reading up on interviews, I'm tapping into stuff, because at the end of the day, all of these elements they mean something. When we're out here looking for information, we're considering utilizing it into our programs, our everyday lives, and just taking a fucking liking into it. Period. Like, all of that matters in the real world. So, Coach Darvin Ham, Jeannie Buss, Laker Nation, man, y'all okay? No, y'all ain't where you want to be, but y'all okay. February the 9th, right around the corner, as you guys know, that's gonna be the NBA trade deadline. Sucks that he's been in the news, been in the media ever since he's been in LA, and it seems like he can't get a break. I know it's the media, I know it's people that's outside of the Lakers front office, but it's still some people within that's putting something out there, because they wouldn't have all this to keep running with it for nothing. So we know Russell got a big bag attached to him. It's a lot of commitment that's attached to Russ. So I'm assuming that's why a lot of teams have been at bay. They've been calling, they've been negotiating, but I truly think that the one thing the Lakers really need the most right now, because I like the Raul move, Hachimura. I like him because I see that they gonna be using him in that closeout situation. Thomas Bryant, Damian Jones. I don't know what's going on with Damian. William been hurt, but I would like to see William get back out there and get healthy and get back in the mix of things, because now that's what they missing, like another, small. But they do need some more shooting though. I don't know what's going on with Reeves. Lonnie Walker, he been banged up in and out of the lineup, the rotation, but y'all creeping. Are the Clippers the real deal? I mean, statistic-wise, they the better team in LA right now. Kawhi been on the tear lately.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mama. I'm almost done working, okay?
Look. How handsome.
Get your troll. Make sure you give bro one. Kawhi been on a tear lately. So are the Clippers for real, or are they just for real on paper? I say they for real, because you can never sleep on Kawhi. Kawhi's a grade A ball player. Ty Lue is a fearless coach. PG is elite, but they gonna need them to make a run. So I feel like this whole mix up of things with them this whole season, how everything been going with them, for them, they just being safe.
Daddy, I want to see something.
Clippers just want to get in. And they want to get in with Kawhi available. As they should. And Mr. George available. So they young groups, they young ballers, they young pieces. Big shout out to Zubac, man. Zubac has really shaped out to be a real professional. It's such the Lakers had to use him for some bait and make some moves and things of that nature, but He's a nice fit for the Clippers. He's with the perfect team. That was like the perfect deal the Lakers made to get him a home because they knew they needed to free up some shit for AD. So it's like both of those teams won because I like him in their nucleus. Like he just go out there and play basketball every day. Every night he's asked to play ball. Consistent guy, young too, nice smooth big. So it's gonna be interesting to see how healthy Kawhi and PG is gonna be when it's all said and done. So I feel like the Clippers, they're gonna be a problem, and we got the All-Star game here around the corner approaching us, and should be interesting. Baseball, man, I don't got a lot of hot takes for baseball. Got a lot of hot takes that I'm gonna save for top of the week on Monday. For baseball, we're gonna be covering the top 30 farm systems, the minor league prospects. So what farm system means, basically all the teams that ain't on the major league rosters, who has the better up and coming young players, who we need to be paying attention to, what names we need to be aware of for the next 2 to 5 years come Major League Baseball. So come Monday, we're going to tap into, those 30 teams like we talked about, because you got 3 divisions, 15 teams in each conference. You got your American League and your National League. Then you got your AL East, your AL Central, and your AL West. And then on the National League, you got the same setup. You got your NL West, your NL Central, and your NL East. So that's 5-5-5, 5-5-5. 30 teams, 15 on both sides. So we're going to talk about all 30. We're going to break down all 30 teams, minor league systems. We're going to find out, we got the information already, but we got to say that for Monday. Because, episode 37, I promise you guys, this is my baby. This is, my love. Because how we gonna end it is it's gonna be on a very special tip. So big shout out to the Major League Baseball, man. Opening day is March 30th. I'm also be covering the matchups that will be taking place on opening day. From what I've seen already, it's a lot of some cool interleague matchups. Interleague, if y'all don't know, you got your AL playing a National League team. You know what I'm saying? Which takes place every day when there's a baseball game, but for the most part, all the teams within their conferences. So you mostly have AL teams playing AL teams. They don't be within the same division all the time, but predominantly most baseball games, you got an NL team playing an NL team, AL team playing an AL team. So your interleague means, things are intertwined between both leagues. Your inter, then your league. Intertwined league. So that's what interleague means. If a lot of you guys don't know about interleague and what that means and stuff with baseball. So big shout out to the committee, man. I've also heard that Andrew Jones will be top ballot for next year's group of guys. I feel like he got snubbed. He should be going in now because some of the guys that's going in, his numbers are right there with him. The only thing he's slacking some of those numbers is I want to say, I don't know if he got over 2,000 hits, but I want to say he got over 2,000 hits. I know he got more homers than a couple of the guys that's going in right now. So, but big shout out to Andrew Jones, man. You won a lot of gold gloves down there in Atlanta. I watched you growing up. I played the position center field, so you was a standard of my life, my childhood. Watching you play center, it was so peaceful. It was so smooth. It had a lot of swag to it, and I loved watching you play the game, Andrew. So you getting ready to go into the Hall next season is an understatement, and I'm very, very happy for you. I'm happy for your family, man, and I just hope and pray you continue to stay blessed and stay enjoying life after baseball, man. And before we jump into the last part of the segment, the NFL matchup, Super Bowl 57, we already know who's there. Players of the month in the NBA was the ones that's supposed to be really. We got Jokic and Embiid. Now, Embiid kind of got by because Giannis been on a tear lately. Giannis been on a woo. And they, like I told y'all in previous episodes, the top three in the East, it can change here within the next couple weeks. Like, it can easily change. After All-Star break, it can change. Because all it's going to take for one of them top three to just play some games for, just get on some fugazi at the wrong time. And Boston clearly can go from 1 to 4 or 5 in a heartbeat if they don't stay on the gas. Because Giannis is coming. Like I said, they've worked Chris back in the middle of things. They're a deep ball club. Big shout out to Bobby Portis, man. He's playing like Robert Horry, Boris Diaw type basketball. Let me not even disrespect Robert Horry like that. Okay, baby. Let me not even never disrespect OG Raw like that. So, but Bobby's playing some complimentary basketball. He's 6'10". He can do a lot of things. He can defend. He played the 5. He played the 4 and the 3. So he's versatile at his size, and he's a Mike Budenholzer type of ball player. And we already know Giroux's still around doing his thing. Lopez still around doing his thing. We already know. Big shout out to Grayson Allen, man. He's came over there and just blended in with that program and what they trying to do. Serge Ibaka, he been hurt a little bit on and off all year. But him, George Hill, man. But they got a deep ball club, man. And that kind of surprises me that Embiid got player of the month for January to start the year out, because Giannis been on a tear in January too. And I know it's not real news, but man, Donovan Mitchell, shout out to Donovan Mitchell, man, Dylan Brooks, man. That was some cool entertainment, man. But y'all need to make peace, man. Y'all need to clean that up. Y'all need to get right. Because y'all got so many kids out here that's watching y'all, that's tapped into what y'all trying to do. So I hope and pray y'all can find some type of peace outside of basketball, because that was on television. Y'all know it's out in the media. Donovan rough you up a little bit now, so you're a target right now. It's gonna be some people thinking you soft, but that don't mean you gotta get out here and be stupid and be weird and be goofy, because in the heat of the moment, he slung you down. So what? You're a professional athlete. You gotta pay your fine, deal with the consequences and move on, because like I said, you got kids, you got the next generation of hoopers out here that's gonna be watching your game. You got coaches out here right now that's taking that situation, they finna be preaching that to their players that they feel like are edgy players, or those emotional type of players that can they keep their composure in the heat of the moment. And in the heat of the moment last night, you and Donovan, y'all lost your composure low key. But I also saw once your coach came and got in the middle thing, kind of tried to separate you and Donovan, you didn't really show a lot of aggression trying to get at him like that. Kind of disappointed in Desmond Bain, because he wasn't really even a participant in the play. So the way he kind of carried on, I understand defending your teammate, but like, come on, bro, it had nothing to do with you. So, but I'm quite sure you got some fines and shit coming your way, because they gonna get those instigators. Y'all, if you're instigating and caught on camera doing some things that really didn't pertain to you, They finna get in your checkbook as well. So man, but big shout out to Jokic, man. Embiid. They started the year off proper. They got their teams going in the right direction. And yeah, it's getting juicy, man. We're down to about like the last 25, 30 games here. The NBA season finna be over before we know it. So but big shout out to the league, man, to the committee, man, to Commissioner Adam Silver, man, to King James. Can't wait till it's all said and done. And I hope and pray that as you're doing this, the Lakers are going in the right direction because it's Laker Nation right here, man. NFL, man, we've reached the end of the road. Super Bowl 57. We all know, man, we got big KC at the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Haven't really dove in too much into the injury report, who's going to be healthy, who's going to, not be active, et cetera, et cetera. But what I do know, Kansas City is at like a 2-point underdog. They got the total at 50. Normally when I see lines of that nature, I think it's the favorite and the under. Because number one, we both know they can score 25 points each easily. We both know that. So why is it just 50? And then who wouldn't take Mahomes with some points? Andy Reid. I mean, it's a duo that's you don't see with points normally. So I truly feel right now, currently, if I had to make the bet right now and the Super Bowl was this Sunday, I would go Philly in the under. Because, in games of this nature, it's Vegas is always manipulating. They're always, trying to get you to sway one way, but the whole time they know it's the way that, that most handicappers, most people that are out here placing wagers, they're not going to think that way. They don't want to think that way. So, yeah, that's what I would do if I had to do it right now today. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be electric, indoor facility. But you got to understand, man, both of these teams know how to win, and they're not going out there to lose. So it's going to be a lot of desperation. It's going to be some goosebumps at first. I think by the time they break into the middle of things, it'll all unfold. We all know we got a real star-studded Super Bowl lineup roster of performers. Big shout out to Riri, Babyface. That's two of the people I know of just off the muscle. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, man, to see how next week, the big week going into the big game, ends out. And to cap it off, episode 37 and the NFL segment, man, big special shout out, man, to my dog, man. And why I kept this last, and as I'm saying this, I'm getting emotional. Y'all see me with the jersey on. I made a lot of money with this jersey. I wish I could tell y'all all of the stories that came from behind this jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell y'all a quick story, though. It was a gift for my birthday. The year he was suspended the first 4 games of the season. So basically when Garoppolo and Brissett started, it well, just to keep it simple, man, it was the Seattle Super Bowl year. And yeah, that's where it started at. And even so, his last 4 Super Bowls, this jersey played a part into everything that, I believed it in, even in the first 3. Because, I had a childhood friend of mine growing up in small town Blakely, Georgia. He was just he was an oddball. He was the type of friend, the homie that, you know, he had his own thing, and the Patriots in the '90s, growing up in the South, that was like his thing. The Pacers, his thing wasn't what everybody else liked, and yeah, man, when he put me on game about Brady, I reflected on it. I remember the times I shared, you know, watching him in college, and I saw him in college, and when that whole thing unfolded, how he took the job from Bledsoe and never gave it back. You know, it's like, damn, now 23 years later, and my dog, you know, now and walked away for good. Like, man, thank you for the memories, Tom. You know, thank you for all the pressure moments that, you know, not just myself, but it's, you know, it's thousands of people, hundreds and thousands of people, probably all over the country, all over the world, that probably feel the same way I feel as I'm saying this right now, man. Like, you're probably, your story is probably like one of the most unique stories in all of sports history, because nobody wanted you. All them teams passed up on you, man. All them teams, man. And they did it round after round after round after round after round after round. So hell, bro, pick that up. And it's just unreal, man, to see, to witness what you accomplished as an athlete, as a man, as a brother, as a father. Yes, your divorce and your marriage and all of that, it's been messy. It's been in the media, but man, I'm talking about Tom, the athlete, the father, the husband, the person that we all grew up with. You get what I mean? Like, thank you, Tom. Thank you, man. Because not only did you set the bar so high for it, incoming and up and coming quarterbacks and just people that love sports and love their crafts in general. You set the bar so high, Tom, because to do something for that long, played it at a high level into your mid 40s. Man, that was a very beautiful thing. Put it up, baby. Where it's supposed to go. That was a very beautiful thing, Tom, to witness all of this, man. So I hope your retirement is peaceful. Can't wait to see you on, commentating games. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, is he replacing Romo, or he gonna be joining Romo and Michaels, or is he replacing Michaels? I don't know, but yeah, man, he's gonna be commentating football games for a decade, as far as that's what the contract says. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see you in the booth calling games here come next season. But man, what you gave us as a player, as an athlete, as a performer, as an entertainer, Tom, man, I'm just so thankful that we was able to witness this, witness what you done, what you did, man. So I'm very thankful for that, Tom. And it's all love this way, man. But thank you for all the memories. But that's been episode 37, guys. I'm so thankful that episode 37 shaped out the way it shaped out, because like I said in the top of the episode, man, the top of this year it's been very emotional. It's been very it's been some trying times. That's what I will say. But for the most part, man, we gotta stay prayed up. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep. Yes, puppy. Okay, puppy. I'm about done. We gotta keep God first in everything we doing, man. And and we gotta keep loving on these babies because at the end of the day, life gotta be about, you know, watching them grow, putting them in the positions to keep growing, and never stop learning. You know, never stop learning, man. Because learning is love, giving is love, and at the end of the day, that's what we represent over here at Fatherhood Hip Hop and Sports, guys. But it's been a blessing, it's been a pleasure, man. That's been episode 37, man. I can't wait to tap back in with you guys Monday. I think we got a new start time. We're gonna be aiming for noonish. So that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern time. Mondays, Fridays, man. That should be ample amount of time, man. There's some people that's getting off at work, or you know, people out here on the West. You know, you're at the top of your day. You got a few minutes to chime in. You know, noon gonna work out, I think, for all parties. So can't wait to tap back in with y'all Monday noon, man. Give y'all a recap of this weekend. Super Bowl week next week. We're gonna touch a little bases on some of the performers from this year's Grammys, man. And episode 38 is we on your helmet, right around the corner. Y'all stay blessed and keep God first. We out of here.